we go. Time to go racing. Rush SR, Race 2, WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Green flag, and we're underway here at Gridlife Laguna. 4 wide for 4th place. How much do you want it? Down to the Andretti hairpin.
Unbelievable, and to be expected. And the Stig was sort of playing a little bit with our pole sitter as they came into 11, but he just didn't have any problems with it. Chang controlled this beautifully. Look at that, 4-5 wide, middle of the Andretti hairpin, and they're all settling it in here. But it looks to me like Cole Gamma, he was the one who dropped back. Remember, he started 3rd, and he's faded back to about 6th. He got steamrolled.
Just pick a card out of the deck at this point. There's so many cards everywhere. I don't even know who's going to be leading this race after the first lap. Chang, Rush, Stig, and Radman top 3. Here's Gamma under fire here from a couple cars and on attack of another.
Yeah, he dropped back. He's now attacking, and it looked to me was that the number? Schneider already make that move up to the front? He couldn't have.
No,
that white car is who I'm wondering. Is that Tompkins, perhaps?
It's either Tompkins or Cooper. Whoa, big tank slapper.
Oh, if he wouldn't have saved that, that would have been huge.
Oh, big lockup under brakes there. Rear tires that time for Alex Chang. He was deep in the pedal that time. First time down the corkscrew.
Just enjoying that sound as those cars come steaming down now through Rainy and into 10 here. And you don't often see a lot of it, but that is a seriously banked corner. You can really chuck the car in there quicker than you think. And now into that turn 11. And those top 2. Oh, wide run by Chang. Will the Stig be able to do anything with that?
A little bit of slipstream here on the front straightaway. Probably the best place on the course to use it. 5 car lengths between them, 0.3 of a second. Vocal up to 5th place, by the way. Vocal's in that yellow and black car there. And he's going to go for 4th on Tompkins into turn 1. Late on the brakes into the hairpin. And I think he's going to have this, and he will.
He gets it done. And for a minute there, you can see Gamma, who faded at the start, was thinking maybe I can follow him through, and Tompkins making sure to cover that pretty aggressively. So Vocal on the move, obviously has some really recent time on the track. That never hurts, but such a different car to be driving in there. Tompkins runs wide, and boom, that quick. Gamma is through.
Yeah, and it looks like Melnick in that teal and orange 53 is sizing up as well. Gailey in the 27 and Cooper back there in the 39, all packed up. Vocal a little wide. Got to watch track limits here. They will be marking track limits as leaving the racing surface beyond the painted curbing there, so you have to be cautious of that. Although there's no way to issue in-race penalties, they'll just see if you're doing it too much and give you a post-race penalty.
And they will hand those out, no question about it. And it's a good little battle right here, too, with this group. Melnick, Cooper, Gailey, Beaupre, really at war here as well. And that's one of the great things here, being a spec series. Even if you're not quite on the pace of the guys up front, that was huge. The guys up front, you still find a group to race with.
Oh, man, another cloud of the curbing there.
Really is.
Trying to get the number on that car. That was a nasty hit.
2 of them. He's really off his rhythm. That's the problem. Right?
For
Look
the
at the
lead.
Stig.
Rush Stig in the rear wing of Alex Chang, but Rob Radman went quickest of anybody that time through in that chrome blue Rush SR into turn 2 now. The top 3 broken away. And Vocal would love for these 3 to start scrapping a little.
I think that car that had that double rough curb ride is Melnick.
Is it that black car?
Yeah.
I mean, those sausage curbs there are designed to not cut the racetrack. They're not impossible to run over, but these cars don't really have the clearance to do that without jacking up the bodywork in the process.
Yeah, so you don't want to be doing that constantly. Oh, look at this now. Gamma really getting a run on Vocal.
Here he comes, up the inside of 5. Tough line to stick for Vocal. And you see the car wiggling in the marbles there in the runoff, but they're side by side up to 6. Who gives, Greg?
Well, I don't know. This is you going to try it? Vocal ramps the outside and carried enough speed. And I understand all the arguments for closed cockpit cars and all that, but when they got into 5, you could so clearly see Vocal in that pink helmet give that big look over. You're going to give this to me, buddy? And they are at war out there. I love this.
And Eddie Vocal, remember, this is his first race in these cars. Gamma to the inside, slipping, sliding all over the racetrack through a rainy curve. This battle is on.
It is epic right now. And again, look at Gamma, gets that run. And you can see Vogel protecting just a little bit here, and that now is going to bring Tompkins right back into the mix.
Oh, man, these three all scrapping for position. Vogel's wide. Here comes Gamma, and Tompkins is in tow. Here it comes.
Gamma was sideways and yet still managed to have enough exit momentum to be able to get down to the inside of Vogel. That was pretty special.
Late lunge from Tompkins, really late. And he's going to try to fill the inside on Vogel, who's in the marbles, and there's trouble for Vogel.
Oh, no.
It looked like he just had trouble finding the gear. He got it.
Could be.
But through goes Tompkins and Cooper and Melnick. Melnick, I think, is in the teal car.
I think you're right. Yep.
Black car is a little further back.
Might be farther back. Yeah. Yep, my bad. I was trying to count cars, trying to figure out who that was. But, boy, what a break up front by Chang, the Stig, and Radman. About 3.5 seconds clear of the rest of the field right now. They've decided to settle this amongst themselves.
Through turn 6, Stig is hot in tow of Alex Chang. Chang just retook the fastest lap of the race.
I was going to say that because Radman, I think they've got their cars set up a little differently. Because Radman, he went, it took him 2 laps, and then he just strung together 2 fast laps. And we saw that earlier, and now he may have had it come in a little too soon. And Chang may have had that car dialed up to really be stout, but boy, the Stig is applying huge pressure.
And I think for Radman, he's fallen off a little, but maybe he just wants these two to race each other, burn their tires up a little. Short races, but you can certainly overheat them by sliding around too much.
Well, and oftentimes we'll see the Stig duck out of the picture late in the race so as not to take points away from the competitors here. Sometimes the Stig will stay in it right to the end here. And Radman, personal best, which tells you how fast these guys out in front are going. If Radman went faster than his previous fast lap.
Oh.
And, of course, keep in mind, fuel burning off.
Yeah.
These cars are light to start with, so a load of fuel in these cars is going to be a higher percentage than in a really heavy car, so they're going to get much more responsive.
Yeah, Rush Stig is really sizing him up now on the run to turn 5. We'll see if Chang goes defensive. Kind of stays to the right. Here comes the Rush Stig up the inside at turn 5, late on the brakes and through to the lead.
Beautiful move, absolutely clinical. That's how you want to teach it, isn't it? You don't telegraph it too early, and then when you make that move, make sure the guy can't counter it. That was well executed.
Beautifully done. And then now Alex Chang has to switch from defense to offense. And will the Stig be able to pull away from the Chang car and Radman in trail? And does Cole Gamma, now that Gamma's dispatched Andy Vogel, does he have anything for these front three? Can he put a couple good laps in? Still a long way to go in this race relatively, right?
Yeah, there is. About halfway, really.
Yeah, we could get an earlier checker because they're on a little bit of a time crunch, so I wouldn't be surprised about that. But either way, the accordion is stretching right now, it looks like, up front.
Well, and that's one of the things that I like about Gridlife is that the race time is always a little vague, right? It's around 15 minutes. Could be more, could be less. So you don't want to dawdle, right? You want to get after it here. Look at this scrap in the background.
Group of 4 here coming up into the shot. In the background there, I think I see Rosenbaum's moving through. He had a big clout earlier in the race. But there is a couple of his teammates. There's the 12 car that's in the front of that. That's DiGiacomo, and then that's Ryan Kircher in trail in the 46.
Forsberg, by the way, up 14 positions from where he started, sitting in that 14th spot right now. Hamilton up 16 positions. And Nick Billingsley, who had a problem in that first race, he's up 16 spots. He's in 10th.
Unbelievable. Kircher has lost a couple spots on that sector. Didn't go the right direction for him. DiGiacomo's in this group as well. And spreading out. Now those Sunoco cars are kind of in a space of their own, just clicking away laps, but they've got the speed to move up. And again, this series operates effectively as a 2-day format. GLTC is all 4 races throughout the weekend. This series is 2 races on one day, 2 on the next, effectively. So there's a winner for Friday and a winner for Saturday. Right here, though, battles on, and a big block to the left on the run up to turn 7.
Yeah, big defense by that car, and and then a late lunge. He shot through, got that pass done. Look at that.
Wow, big moves here on the run up to the corkscrew. Down through turn 7 is all happening behind Giacomo. So that's Forsberg, or is that Hamilton, I think, that's in this mix now. One of the two. They've got very similar liveries. And into turn 11. I think it's Hamilton, just based on. I see Rosenbaum up the road, or Forsberg's up the road. This is Hamilton back here.
So, but what drives they put in here? This is really impressive. And the thing is making all that happen as you're fighting through the field. You get worried about using up the tires a little bit too much, you know. But again, they're
trouble.
light.
Turn 2, exit, car off. Didn't see what number, but just to spin and continue, and it's right past this whole big group of cars here. Look at this lunge. That is Nate Hamilton past Giacomo, and he wasn't waiting around any longer. Through he went.
Yeah, that was really aggressive. That now puts Hamilton up into 16th, and he's just kind of eyeballing, I'm sure, Chris Forsberg. Ooh, a little bit wide run there.
Lots of dust flying over here, and Hamilton wants one more, and that was through on, I think, Parkinson in the 79, and that was one and done. Turn 5, and he's through.
Quick, nicely done. That was passing 2 cars in 3 corners. That's not shabby, is it?
Yeah, I don't think he really ever got to show his pace. We saw that issue on the opening lap in race 1 at turn 11, and then he was off. Ooh, tight squeeze down here into the corkscrew. We saw that off at turn 2 later in the race. That brought out a full course yellow. Big wiggle on the downhill run. And it's a little bit deeper in the field. TJ Hunt experiencing his first race weekend. Haven't really got a chance to watch him race, but I think tomorrow for second place, Greg.
Tried the outside and then thought, let me see if I can do the classic over-under, cut down underneath, and Chang defended that beautifully. But Radman, while the Stig is checking out, Radman has come alive again.
This could be the battle for the win. Remember, the Stig sometimes dips out in these races, so Chang and Radman, the battle is on, and Radman's got Chang locked in the crosshairs here, and there's some traffic ahead as well.
There is. Ooh, and Radman, late move, too late, not going to make that work, but he still managed to roll some great speed through 5.
Didn't give up anything, actually. I think he spooked Chang just enough to give up some of his exit speed. Now through 6. And how patient can you be? We're running out of time. I'd expect a white flag very soon.
Yeah, and you can't, you know, it's one thing you can't afford to be in Gridlife sprint racing is patient. You've got to go and get after it now. And Radman, everybody clearing the traffic. I don't think it really hurt anyone there. It just, you know, the timing was nice. Ooh, Chang a little wide of the apex there. And Radman will like that. Whenever you see a guy you're pushing miss apexes a little bit, man, you just put your head down and really want to get after it.
Was that the Stig that just pulled off? I think it was. Is this a checkered we're coming back to either? Even I didn't see the white because it's under the gantry. Could it be a checkered? Rush Stig, checkered flag. He's off, but Alex Chang picks up Rush SR race 2 over Radman by half a second as the Stig pits. As we expect, that'll put Gamma on the podium. Cooper and Andy Vogel picks up a top 5 here.
How about that for Andy? Man, a busy guy. And Gamma not giving it up here. And then Melnick will move up into the 6th spot. 7th will be Gailey. What a drive by Billingsley as he is going to come all the way up. 18 spots Nick made up. That absolutely stellar drive.
Forsberg from 35th to 10th.
Yeah.
Nate Hamilton 34th to, I think it was 12th or 11th.
Yeah.
Unbelievable
12,
drives.
Yeah, that's 19 spots Nate made up.
That is crazy. I don't know that we've ever seen a drive like that in Rush SR.
No, and that was essentially in a 13-minute race.
That's just unbelievable. What a race. And I think, you know, we had a little bit of pushing and shoving around here and there, but Forsberg up into 10th place. And with that, Rush SR Race 2 is complete. We're going to step away for a brief moment, and it's the first race of the weekend for Gridlife Touring Cup coming up right after